Hey everybody, this is Mark with Wolves of the Rockies, and we want to bring you up to speed on all the legislation, anti-wolf legislation being pushed forward. We appreciate all your support and help, and we're going to lean on you a little bit in the future here because we're going to need your help with contacting individuals to try to prevent a bill moving forward, a nasty anti-wolf bill, but I'll get to that in a minute. So House Bill 224, what it is currently you cannot trap or you cannot snare wolves in Montana legally. So what's going on is House Bill 224, which is being brought forward by Representative Paul Fielder, who is anti-wolf and a big-time trapper. He managed to get this bill through the House, through the Senate, went to the governor, and the governor signed it last week or so. So there's going to be more snares in the backcountry. Snares are relatively inexpensive. And contrary to what Montana Fish, Wildlife, and Parks would have you believe, trapping is not highly regulated. They do as they darn well please. So it's a conflict bill. I hope this doesn't happen, but I do believe that children are going to get hurt or worse. Make no mistake about this I can assure you. Working dogs and family pets are going to be lost. They're going to be caught in these traps, and family pets are going to be killed. The problem is, because they're killed, the department, I'm sure when I say the department, I mean Montana Fish, Wildlife, and Parks will find a way to hide these numbers so it doesn't look as bad as it is. But rest assured, we worked hard to try to kill this bill, as did others. And we couldn't do it. And our governor, you all know, is in our opinion, a poacher. He signed it into law. So that is something we're going to have to deal with. Then there's House Bill 225, which is extend the trapping and now snaring season for wolves. And what that's going to do is it's going to allow the snaring of pregnant wolves. Midterm pregnant wolves. Everybody knows wolves mate in February. This will push it'll start the season early, around December 1st, and it'll end around March 15th. So you're going to have the so-called ethical trappers and snarers killing pregnant wolves. Like I said, it won't be very regulated, so it'll be really hard to monitor what's going on. The department, in our eyes, has gone into a position of don't release information. And it's hard to get information out of them. And the reason is because the information that we obtain from them supports our point of view and our science, the best available science. And they're clearly, I hate to say this, they're clearly in bed with the trapping community in Montana. Currently there's 5,000 to 6,000 trappers in Montana, legal trappers so to speak, but there's 1,100,000 people in Montana. So the non-consumptive person is not being heard. The department doesn't care, and now our governor doesn't care either. So let's go on to House Bill 367. 367 is another Representative Paul Fielder bill, who is a trapper, as I said. What he's trying to do is he sees the population dynamics in Montana changing, and he wants to ensure that it is always there by law that trapping is guaranteed forever in the Constitution of Montana, when in fact it's already protected. It's a redundant bill, and the trappers just don't seem to get it. But currently that's in the Senate. It's cleared the House Fish and Wildlife Committee. It cleared the floor of the House. It went to the Senate, and now the Senate Fish and Game Committee will vote on it, and they'll turn it over to the floor, the Senate floor. We're hoping that we can kill it on the floor because it's going to get out of the Senate Fish and Game Committee by a party line vote. The Democrats will oppose it, and the Republicans will push it through regardless. And, you know, one of the interesting things about this bill was when we went to testify for it, there were 3 committee members there, 2 Democrats and 1 Republican. I've just never seen anything like that before. They don't even bother to show up for these hearings, these Republicans. So anyhow, that bill is going to get out of committee. It's going to be pushed to the Senate floor, and we're going to need your help killing it on the Senate floor. Because it's a constitutional amendment, at some point it will be. It'll be put out to the public for a vote. But if it gets out of the Senate floor, there will be an initiative, and people in Montana will be able to vote on it. But we want to kill it before it gets to that point. So let's move on to Senate Bill 267, which is a reimbursement bill for snaring and trapping and hunting of wolves. It's a bounty bill, more or less. What they're going to do is they're going to figure out a way to pay people to go out and kill these animals. They call it reimbursement, but it is what it is. It's a bounty bill. So we'll keep you in the loop on that. It's on the governor's desk. We expect the governor to sign it. What we will do is we will try to have it reviewed by our legal staff. And if we can challenge it, we will try to kill it that way. We're not big on initiatives. We're not big on litigation. But at a certain point, you have to litigate because they're doing, frankly, as they darn well please. And they all know it's wrong, but the Republicans are pushing through anyways. So let's talk briefly about SB 314, which is a Bob Brown bill, Senator Bob Brown. What this bill does is it gives the green light to kill up to 900 to 1,000 wolves in Montana. Think about that. There's only 1,200 wolves in Montana right now. And this bill would allow practically anything. It opens the door to denning, where they go in and they kill the wolves and their pups in the dens. It opens the door to poisoning. This is a huge step backwards. You can hunt at night. I mean, wolves don't even stand a chance because they're using these optics where you can see at night. They can't see you. So they don't even, there's no fair chase there. Baiting, it's just a terrible bill. We call it the Kill All Wolves bill. And if it goes through, I can assure you, Montana in the next year or so will be killing up to 900 to 1,000 wolves to push that number down to 200 wolves. Senator Brown is, he says he's acting on behalf of his constituents, but like I said, there's over a million people in Montana, and I would suggest that probably most of those people don't want to see anything like this. It's unethical. It's just terrible. So when you look at House Bill, or Senate Bill, 314, it ties into Senate Bill 306, which is next. What this wants to do is, we currently have 5 commissioners in Montana for Fish, Wildlife, and Parks. They make the decisions on what happens concerning a lot of wildlife management, but in this case, wolves. So what they want to do is, the Republicans want to up that number to 7 commissioners, which is fine. We don't have a problem with that. But when they up this commission to 7 members, they want to make it so that a high proportion of the members on that committee, the Fish, Wildlife, and Parks Council or Commission, they want to make them landowners. They have to be landowners, and they have to be involved in ag. And let's face it, even though less than 60 cattle were killed last year in Montana to depredation and reimbursed, and keep in mind there's 2.6 million cattle in Montana, There's a lot of old ranchers that don't want wolves. They don't understand the value of them, and they have the attitude that the only good wolf is a dead wolf. What this bill will do is it'll ensure that the deck with the commission is stacked. It's not going to support wolves. It'll be in opposition to wolves. And today it's wolves. Tomorrow it'll be grizzly bears. Montana livestock don't want these animals on the ground. So we're going to need your help. We're going to try to oppose that bill. We've been opposing it all along. But that bill, if the commission has a certain number, a stacked deck on wolves, there's going to be no more science involved in decision making. It's going to be, everything is, if it has eyes, it has a tail, it dies. So we're going to hammer wolves hard and eventually grizzly bears. It's just not a good bill, but unfortunately right now there's no logic with the Republican Party. They're hell-bent on getting this wrong, and they're hell-bent on driving that number of wolves down to 200, 250 wolves in Montana. Keep in mind there's 144,000 square miles in Montana. So it's kind of a quick update on what's going on bill-wise, but keep this in mind too. Wolves of the Rockies is working hard on a new campaign. It's called I Stand With Wolves, hashtag I Stand With Wolves. We encourage you to follow us. We encourage you to get involved. Please send us a picture holding a sign that says hashtag I Stand With Wolves. We'll have it on our site. We're not going to take this lightly, what's happening to our wolves. And we're pushing forward. We're going into some dark days, but we couldn't do what we're doing without your support and your help. So remember, send us your hashtag I Stand With Wolves with a photo. We don't care if it's with your kids, because we have to stand with wolves. We don't get behind wolves, we're going to be losing them. And it's just, we need your help. They need your help. They don't have a voice. We are their voice. So I encourage you, Instagrams, follow us, Facebook, follow us, Wolves of the Rockies, hashtag I Stand With Wolves, and the fight's just begun. And we'll keep you abreast of what's going on, and we're very, very grateful for all your help and support. I Stand With Wolves.